Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to kick things off for game number 2. We got EA. It's in the goal up against GMEV to the moon, baby. That first one was a banger all the way to 5. I hope this one's just as good. My name is Dor, and I'm joined by the wonderful Ravish. And I'm not exhausted from the first game, but I think it just gets me ready for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Dor, I was talking before, brother. I didn't go lie down, but I did. My bed and I have been we're my companions once again, and once I open my eyes, I'm all ready to have my heart palpitations. I want to see these teams race across the board, just like I know my heart is about to. Actually, I have to check that.
Hey, we'll make sure you're all right. But until then, I think it's about time. There's nothing left to it but to do it, man. This is gonna be another close one of those mid-table team kind of runs. Last round, we got to see two, I would say, top-level teams. Microsoft and DMC both looked really, really solid. This match, I think, is all about who can adapt a little better. Last time, it was about playing their games and seeing who could play their game better. But in this game, it's who can shift to appropriate one another's style better.
Adaptation is the name of the game, as it is in many different esports too, as we head into game number 1 between these two fantastic teams, which I gotta say, bro, E8's in the goal is just such a good name. I'm flabbergasted by it, and I give these guys so much props. As when I'm running off the backboard, the leader of the earth cannot possibly find the angle, trying to clear it back in, but unfortunately not. But so far, already a good aggressive hold by the orange side.
Good amount of opportunity now. To the moon of a good bit of control. Oh no, it lacked that. Never mind, ball towards the net. Good save by Regen though.
Look for it, ball up in the air, falls down off the backboard, immediately bounce away. The ball pragmatic could be there, but cannot find the touch. Unfortunately, that could have been a lot better, but just can't get the setup. And now, as a fighter, I'm midfield, a little bit more control here, Dor. It's looking a lot more even. Usually more often than not, right? In the past 5 games we saw, there was genuinely always a goal within the first 30 seconds. But now, like you mentioned, these teams a lot closer in skill, so a lot more back and forth. I expect to see very low scoring games. And right as I say that, Watermelon God, bro, can I make a point?
No, that's such is the nature of casters. In fact, I feel like you owe EA It's in the goal something. Y'all can invoice at ravishingcast@gmail.com. Just said it right there. I'm sure he pays out.
I'm so lucky it's not my email. You actually just put in my stuff.
They can find it, I'm sure. Oh, look, man, you're the one caster cursing them. Oh, and they found it back. There it is. Okay, at least they managed to get their revenge. EA is in the goal, certainly living up to their name now.
Yeah, exactly. Like you mentioned it right away. I was talking about, a bit more consistency, more back and forth, low scoring games, right? Much more control. No, 1-1 immediately. As it looks like about 2-1. Nobody off the side. What about God? Looking for a 2, but just completely out of boost. Can't find a stronger touch. And nobody has boost to your door. If they did, it could have easily been a 1-goal game.
Slow down, at least for a moment now, as we see multiple overcommits from both teams. I think one of the big adjustments that we'll see made over the course of this game is actually just in the rotations. Both of these teams are struggling a little bit with the just sending one player at the ball at a time kind of mentality. And if they can cool that down a little bit, they'll find that they have a lot more resources.
Speaking of resources, the Watermelon God has none of them right now, as he's literally just driving as of his GTA. No boost, no NOS, bro. Fast and Furious would not want him on the roster right now. But with the demo at the side, maybe they might pick him up as he shows he's like to get drifty and get a little bit more dangerous here, Dor. But unfortunately, worse on the ball. It's going to clear it out at the side. But look at this, man. LoJack is actually not leaving him alone. He wants to make sure he bumps with him at every twist and turn. This is just, and he has a ball in the air, but unfortunately a little bit high.
Touch over. But we're far from done yet. Halfway through the game, no clear leader right now. It's all about the counterattack, so I suspect that's where most of these goals are going to be coming in. They've got one right here. Great shot by Programmatic. 2-1 up, and that's EA finding their lead.
It's like you called it. You even read it, too. You were saying, until somebody finds their lead. Well, hey, man, bro, are you Nostradamus? Can you pick my future? Am I? Let me know, man. It's like,
You
am I
you
ever
you don't want to
gonna
know.
with
You don't want to know, Ravish. Look, I'm telling you, I know, but you don't want to know. It's.
now I'm scared and excited at the same time. I'm gonna just like I get dope, bro. You go ahead solo cast this, bro. I need to calm down.
Oh, what a shot! That's
Oh,
one over. Okay, not much to be had here. We'll see if they can find home eventually as Rajon looks for a rebound. It's a slow roller out towards the wide lane. A lot of boost used by Zeno. Not a lot of touch into the ball, unfortunately. Teammate comes to help him out, puts one in towards the corner. Good control by Lion Ajuk. Has a great dribble here. Goes to the flick. No, just jukes him both ways, but the ball saved. Good reaction by Rejan to find that goal wide open. Shots there, but no, it's an uncharacteristic miss by the blue player.
Oh, a little bit, just touches it off the roof of the car, so goes a little bit off to the left side. Brock match on a posse, confirm it back in though, but no, ball waterfalls down in such a suboptimal position. Zeno gets boomed in the air. Oh, call that fire risk maybe, but off the ball off this end. But now we'll see. Can they actually get the reconfirm? Is the question. No, they cannot. Both these teams, though, are just playing such tight games as we were down to our last 60 seconds.
Moments between EA and a win, but hey, let's be real, it's one goal in Rocket League. This could be found pretty much anywhere. Maybe right now, no, Programmatic just in time for the save. Great touch by Lion. That's an open goal, but a missed shot by Programmatic. Yet again, another opportunity here, saved by Leader of Earth. How much more pressure can this team actually take, though, before that scoreline goes up 3-1 is the question.
30 seconds left between those two teams. Ball open a shot, could have possibly made a two-man goal. Bit hard to come back onto, but Reagan GG had decided to try to contest Ajax. Choose one little clear. It's all they need to possibly get the ball back in control. Watermelon God dribbling it, but no. Watching Ajax a bit too quick on the play, and with 10 seconds here, they need some sort of Hail Mary shot.
I don't think it's coming, Ravish. I think that's game number one up for EA. Hey, this year's far from over. We got a whole BO5 coming up for you guys, and EA is just starting it off with a win. It was a solid one, though. I got to hand it to them. It shows in the shots. 6 shots to 4, and they made every single one of them count. EA, the big difference for them was their attacking side rotations, from what I could see. They were keeping the pressure high. They were keeping the ball coming at the goal. And with that, they created more threatening shots by taking away the boost and forcing those ill rotations that we kept seeing on the defensive side. Because I think both teams had them. It was EA, though, who was taking advantage of them and punishing them more often.
I do want to give one quick shout out from one of the players of EA so far to my man Ajax, right? Because he was literally playing interference with whoever has the ball. You can call it ball chasing, but I prefer to call it, just aggressive gameplay too. If there's a Street Fighter 5, they would be neck and neck, right? Just like throwing jabs back and forth, each frame canceling each other, Dar.
Look,
so far we'll see if they can respond as you go. But I think about to go ahead and get into the next game. So far, man, EA pulling off with the early lead, but the first minute was quiet so far. We'll see if it has the same result.
Honestly, I doubt this game plays out similarly. Whether it could have the same result, but how we get there, right? It's about the journey, not the destination, in this kind of a game. Do we see any real adaptation? Maybe they step up the aggression. Maybe say, hey, we aren't really hitting our defensive rotations. Maybe we just double down on what we are good at. Or do they try and fix something that's maybe not as broken as it might seem, right? There is an opportunity here for them to fix up the defense, play a little bit more of a further back style. But right now, it's only really been attacks that we've seen from GMEV. I'm working on getting this stream going. I apologize for whatever capture is not working right now. But we can keep you updated. Score still 0-0.
Yeah, Watermelon God is the right side of the field. The ball does get clear out, so let's do exact play-by-play of what you were seeing exactly on screen here, Dor. And I believe the problem might be if you're not just capturing just the exact window, you might want to capture a specific window and see if you can possibly just fix that out. I've had an encounter this problem before. It was very, very annoying, guys. Time check at the side, though, but right now, EA mounting their pressure all the way onto GMV, but still, ball in the control so far. Rocket Guy at the side trying to clear the ball, and Watermelon God saves it yet again, which I like that he's living up to his aesthetic. The skins, the wheels, even the boost, all reflect that summer fruit, which I know we all crave. But good demo at the end by Reagan GG. Ball up in the air, has no boost, can't clear it out. AJ yet again playing just so much interference, bro. He's not letting them live a peaceful life, Dor.
No, there's no respite right now for these teams. There's no relaxing, no chilling. But there is pressure. Down line, EA has a good opportunity for a cross. It's a good one, but no one's home to make the shot happen. They will have another opportunity. Time suck now. Their turn to try and hit the cross. There is a player in position, but there's also a save by Rejan. Put back out the programmatic. And it seems like GM are having a bit of a tough time getting this ball out of the corner right now.
Looking a little bit stuck, one might say, unfortunately. It's maybe even considering it's GM, you might call it a car jam door, but it's wanting to talk about puns and things. General Motors. So right now, wait, as Rocky guy whips, ball's open in the air, open shot, bounces up, but no, unfortunately, not like. Luckily, they managed to rotate all the way back to make sure that this ball bounces into net, though. I had to. Okay, that was looking real close and real hairy so far.
Slowing things down a little bit. Still no score. It took until you mentioned it about a minute into the game last time to find the goal. Though I will say, it's the counter-attacks for EA that are really looking deadly for me right now. Shots like that where we're finding slightly off rotations, players slightly out of position that they're looking to punish. Though this time, it's GM's turn. They're there. The shot's in. Great rebound by Time Suck. There's still more, though, to be had. You got to get the ball out of your half. Regen not letting that one happen. Bounces the ball down. Rocket guy for the shot. No, just a little bit out of reach.
Fortunately so. Now the ball is control. We've seen he can clear out and makes his solo plays happen, but against two people, he's going to need a bit more luck, though, but at least now Programmatic is just supporting him at the side. Now ball finally on the orange side of the net here. Gordor, the question is, can EA confirm on it so far? But they haven't had no such luck. The ball's been back and forth, and just they have not been able to find just any good touch. Again, they're forced to go up on the offensive 0-0 between these two teams. And finally, we're seeing what I thought we'd see before. I'm gonna yell.
The second you start mentioning it's gonna happen. The second they there haven't been any goals scored. There's a goal. It's GM up 1-0. EA have got a little bit of time to fire back, though. A minute 20 is not outside of the realm of possibilities here. It is more than doable, but it's going to take a pretty solid concerted effort, and I think one of the ways we could see that happen, again, counterattacks, but also putting some pressure on off the back of that. We saw earlier on in the game them maintain progression in the opponent's half for probably a solid minute and a half just by rotating their players effectively on the attacking side. That's kind of what we're seeing here, but they leave the goal open to do it. Is Programmatic there in time? Absolutely. Just barely. Lionachuk keeps it at 1-0 right now, but that doesn't mean the game's over. You got to find a goal here if you're EA.
Hey, Jugger Fortune's whiffing that shot, too. It was looking real good. Problematic all the way at the back. But now they're playing super defensive, too, with the two-man offense right now. This is looking tougher and tougher. 45 seconds left to go for the side of EA. The Posh want to make this 2-0, but on the other end, GME wants to respond to make it a 1-1, have the same close games we've been seeing here all day. 30 seconds left. GM could easily take us at least to game 2, maybe not the moon yet.
Rajan, down line. 18 seconds for EA to find a goal here. Or 18 seconds for GM to seal it out. Adds 2-0 up, and I feel like that might just be the nail in the coffin for game number 2, Ravish. We might have a real series on our hands.
Most definitely do, and this is what we came here to see, right? We were looking at these overall top and middle of the pack teams. We were looking at that they were very close and not at all far, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. In skill disparity, right? With them being so closely matched together, we expect to see some barn burners, and I'm glad these two are delivering, except when they listen to my comms and decide to score a goal exactly what I say they wouldn't. I don't like it, but I respect it.
Hey, man, a goal's a goal, a game's a game, and for GM, that's a 1-1 tie as well. Now, I don't feel this one going to 5. I've got a sinking feeling that The games have been close enough. The shots have been real enough. It's really been about the number of shots that you can put on the goal. Really, that's decided these games because the teams have been a little bit less than consistent with saving them. So you give yourself more opportunities to find the back of the net either by good placement or by the opponent missing a save. I think that's the best way to go. And if you take a look at the stats from the previous game, GM found like 8 goals, whereas on the opposing side, EA, I think, found a grand total of like 2 or 3, which is kind of troubling. That attacking side needs a little bit more work for EA, and shifting from the defensive to attacking half of the field, I think, is where they're struggling. So if they can more reliably find passes to one another in that area, more reliably recover balls in the half, I think then they can create more shots, more opportunities, and thus more goals.
More goals at the end of the day means more wins for them. And what we here see these teams do is win, and that is it here, Dora, which is what I'm sure both of these guys aspire to do, right? It's making sure the ball connects with the other end of the net. The most trivial, but yet the most satisfying feeling one can experience in Rocket League as we hop on to game number 3.
Number 3, maybe the decider. I'm honestly feeling like that 2-1 lead almost guaranteed turns into a 3-1 with the way this series is going, right? With the momentum that you can build from it, the pressure that these teams have, winning this game feels like it matters a lot, even if it is just sending you on to match point. Early pressure now by the GM side. Rajan looking for a shot, and he's got a beautiful angle as well past 2 players. Up a first and a quick one at that, Ravish.
You see that the ball immediately just grounds itself too. Just nice little tap, beautiful ball reading, and just clean angle right there at the end. EA, no one home at all, and finally, a goal to start us off. 2 good aggressive plays. Rajan looking to find the run back, but unfortunately not. Maybe might be able to yet again. We see GM on the same aggressive rotations. Now EA, the question is how will they respond as the watermelon man himself? This obstacle plays so much interference.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to equalize this. In fact, now might be that time. Good save by Watermelon God, though. Puts ball back up out wide. Rajan for the retrieval. Pretty good placement. It's going to be a bad position for the blue team to try and recover. EA now under a bit of pressure. Good touch by Programmatic. Back down to Watermelon God. No one really gaining a full possession of this ball. The first team to really slow this down and find a pass to a teammate will have the shot that matters. Fortunately, that won't be GM for the time being as Rocket Guy finally tries to control it, but it's straight towards the player for EA.
So far, though, but nice little save by EA, though, but Watermelon God just down to about half boost, but a little bit farther back. Now the question is here, though, because it's a 1-goal game. We were saying it before, right? This is the kind of game that we expected to see. Low shots, taking for more control, but like you were mentioning, whoever gets in more opportunities. I was testing the theory to see if I talk about it enough, maybe another shot might happen, but I find finally my hypothesis might be running out on me, Dor.
Oh, we're not done yet. Zane looking for a little something down the line. Rajan forcing it back in. Good control here by the EA side. They're trying to slow it down, but they just don't quite have the tech to get it there. Awkward ball to save. Rocket Guy bar down is going to put it up to 2-0 for GM EV to the moon, baby.
Little bit late on my theory here, Dora. I was expecting them to score the goal within the past 30 seconds, but finally, GMV to the moon, looking to handily take this 2-1 lead between these two teams. And EA right now been playing in the back for the past 2 games, considering it's 2-0, although not a desperate position, but you were predicting that we might not see the full 5. But EA right now, they still have more than enough time to possibly just prove us wrong right here on Neo Tokyo. Anything can happen. There's anime, there's life, there's Mount Fuji even. Dor.
It's quite the climb, at the very least. Lion now. He's got a good cross. No one's ready for it, though. Zane and Programmatic both holding back. Solid players. I'd say anchors for the team, but again, that's where I think the real struggle is in a game that's determined by how many shots you can get off. We're really seeing very light attacks by the EA side, taking a while for them to get back, and then the second they do, they're very often punished by GMEV for being over aggressive. So it's a very tough balance they're trying to land on, and I don't think they've managed to hit it quite yet, because at 2-0, GME does not show any real signs of stopping.
None at all. Just over 90 seconds left between these two teams, man. GMV have such a stronghold when this game between these two teams. And right now, the one I was about to say, Pragmatic with a nice little clutch save, no boost on his hand, though, kind of possibly pop up. Trying to go for the mid boost, but this time now with just almost just two defenders in front of their base and the net. So far, we'll see if EA can possibly respond. It is just a absolute, I want to say car clash, but a cluster of every single other player in the entire game trying to hop onto the ball, but Pragmatic at the back. But unfortunately, can't find the angle.
It's Rocket Guy's turn, though. This is the wrong goal.
Oh.
Was there an opportunity? Was it just like an unsavable ball? So let's see. Touch, Rocket.
Touch.
Oh, it was savable. Man, that's unfortunate. Just a little bit of an ill touch, but it opens the door for EA. It does not quite get them in. They still have to find shots on their own, because I don't think this fully solves their problem, right? Just because you get a goal doesn't mean you've necessarily improved your play. It may have improved your position in the game, but again, they haven't even found that one goal on their own yet.
I mean, a goal is a goal is a goal. It's a door. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to count it towards GMV's side. We were saying that whoever gets the most shots wins. And right now, they're pulling shots upon shots so much that they decided to force it upon their own net, unfortunately. And 30 seconds left to go here. EA could easily make this tie game, send us over to overtime. Our possible first overtime of the night, but Agent looking to do exactly that. Ball up in the air, but watermelon, bro. The summer fruit. All the way at the back, making sure that they cannot revitalize the dreams at all.
EA's putting on a lot of pressure.
10 seconds left to go so far with these two teams. Everybody that are on the orange side, all they would need would be one good touch. With the ball on the opposite end, I do not think their dreams will be revitalized. The ball falls. GM go 2-1.
I said it, man. I think the team that wins that game puts themselves in a really good position to win the whole thing. When we were talking in the beginning of the cast, we said, last game was more about playing your style to the best of your ability. This game is about adaptability. And GM showed me that, man. I was talking during the middle of that game about how, EA is, when they're getting aggressive, they're getting over-aggressive. When they're getting defensive, they're getting too defensive. And for both of those situations, GM's punishing. When EA gets defensive, GM starts controlling the ball. And when EA gets aggressive, GM starts making counterattacks happen. And that's where these goals are coming from. That's where the shots are coming from. It's better understanding of the situation, better adaptation for GM that's currently got them in this position.
We'll see as of right now, though, if he is able to respond, right? But according to your predictions, and if you are correct, and so from what I've seen, you can't truly see the future, and you have to be proven wrong. So with this, EA in a do-or-die match between them and GMV looking to go all the way to the moon and possibly back as kickoff happens. If they get the first shot in within the next first minute, I'm ready to call it, bro.
Hey, we can slow down at least a little bit right now.
You're right. Yeah.
Look, we got to give a real shout out to the big Rocket Guy fans in the chat, because they are going off. Rocket Guy as well, going off for GM. A lot of attacking pressure, constantly keeping pressure up on the ball. That hasn't scored a goal quite yet. Programmatic. Force back. Rejon's time down the line. Open net. Can they convert this position is the question. Not quite as a tough angle to score that ball from. But it is back into GM hands down the line. This isn't over yet for EA.
So for now, but Watermelon God looking to play the anchor to the back, though. At least pass it over to the right field. But no one able to find a solid control on either side here, Door. Just the footing is all back. The ball yet again in front of the net. But Triumph stuck almost own goals. And luckily, a little bit of a double commit. Make sure that doesn't happen. It is, but.
Oh, right, great control.
Woo! That was clean. But yet again, GM yet again maintaining such an aggressive positioning, not giving EA any chance to respond.
No, solid defense. They all pull back to stop the counterattack from happening. Awkward bouncer. Good flick by Rocket Guy. Breaks one axle. Looking for two, but it's a lost 50-50. Equalizing the position for EA. Rejon now Looking for a center to get to the teammate. It's going to be Watermelon God instead, not winning the challenge. Ball headed towards their net. Rajon for the save. What a beautiful touch.
Just looking back and forth so far. The 3 minutes have already passed here. So far, the slowest game we've seen between both of these teams, Door. As I look to prove me wrong yet again, no. I was about to say, man, but as my power slowly falls, the powers on the side of GM are rising ever so swiftly. Again, though, but Rajon, look a little bit of defense. But just cannot clear the ball out. The EA is waking up a little bit. A lot more aggressive. Ball to the side, off the backboard, but no, they just can't get it. Pragmatic is not even close to the ball, unfortunately, and they managed to clear it out.
I don't think it's over, though. EA's made some pretty solid changes this game. They've got a much more balanced approach to how they want to play the game. See, that's a 2-man attack as opposed to the very heavy-handed 3-man ones they've been going for. Though a great setup by GM. Watermelon God for the double touch. It's a great look, but it's not quite a great goal. Rajon maintaining some degree of ball control. Rocket Guy with a beautiful rotation back in to maintain pressure here. This GM side is working like a well-oiled machine right now to maintain one person on this ball at all points in time, and they're not losing boost for it either. They're maintaining those as well.
Speaking of boost right now, Ajax has absolutely had almost none at all, being forcibly not able to respond to all the attacks that are just being mounted upon him by GM, though. But
danger
right now, at least open net. Rajon ends up picking that one up.
Catches the keeper off the line as well. It's a great lob, great look. And Timesuck just couldn't quite get to it. It's a tricky save to make, at least. But on the fortunate side, EA does have about 2 minutes to get this goal back. I think a lot comes down to whether or not they can maintain possession. It's a good kickoff, a good sign, a good start for EA. Hasn't quite been converted quite yet. It's back in their half, up into no man's land. Timesuck, not the greatest challenge. The Lion instead will have an opportunity to win 50-50. Rocket Guy choosing not to touch it. Instead, it's back down to Watermelon God. Timesuck needs to make the save he didn't earlier and will do so. Bar down, a tricky one, but a good save nonetheless. 130 for the counterattack now. Where's the connection, though? Where's that attacking player? No real commitment by the EA side means that the ball is back into their own half.
Fortunately, not the EA yet again, playing a little bit on the back foot yet again, but I was seeing lost in front of the ball, right? Playing super far up. But unfortunately, we're just due to just a couple of whips back with the open net, and Rajon yet again with the second lob of the game.
Rajon, what a setup here. All the way down, and it's these lobs that have been deadly time and time again. We talked about how EA are really struggling to find the balance of how they want to play attacking versus defensive, right? When they're attacking, it's too much. When they're defending, it's too much. There, it's the attack being punished again. They get caught off their line, and that lob, deadly as ever, finds the back of the net. Now, all GMEV need to do is hold on for 1 minute, though things are looking dire as the demolition connects. Oh, no, but Lion blocks their own goal. Timesuck can't get it back to center. There were 3 members back. All the boost they could ever want. The counterattack is real ravish.
And you know what? You know why that orders are going? Because Rajon didn't lob it, bro. Because Watermelon God was playing so far up, trying to walk it in. See, both goals right now happen because of the midfield lobs. Just cannot confirm it. And now with EA, and again, just trying to maintain control. Back 30 seconds left to go, fighting for survival. Meanwhile, GM sitting comfortably. They could just play ping pong with the ball right now, Door, and they'd be perfectly fine.
I don't think GME are content with that. Honestly, they need to play their own game. I don't think swapping up to some park the bus defensive style is going to get you anywhere right now. Keep the pressure high. Keep the ball in the corner. Keep it in no man's land. They're doing exactly that. Watermelon God for one more is the question. Can he get it? It's looking like the answer's a no, but that's going to be game number 3 sealed out for GMEV to the moon. And it's General Motors coming up with another win for another week here at CEA.
And you called it, Door. You called it round number 2. We were not going to go to a game 5, and whoever was able to get a second round would be able to take it all the way. So, at the day, really solid prediction by you, and really solid plays coming up from both of these teams. So GG's to EA and GM, man. Really solid stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, I think this is just more momentum for a team like GM to continue to improve, right? They're a team, a mid-table team. They've got some potential to punch above their weight level. It's just about finding that. It's about improving, recognizing, okay, where are we strong? A lot of times it's in the counterattacks. A lot of times it's in being adaptive to the other team for them. So if they can keep building on that, they're going to be in a great place.
1,000%. I believe we're right now. Actually, we're into the fantastic plays as we are both happy and sad as I believe it is as a final match of the night, Door. Oh, tragic.
Hey, it's all we've got, but there's more CEA action coming up. You guys know next week, same time, same place. It's round 7 right now. There's a few more to go before we get into the championships. And you know these teams all want to be coming away. All the Microsoft teams, all the GM teams, all the front runners, all the dark horses. There's plenty more action that you aren't going to want to miss. If you want to keep up with all that, know we're streaming. Follow CEA on Twitter. You can follow Ravish and I at Door_Cast, at RavishingCast on Twitter. We'll keep you updated with all the action that you guys want to keep up with. But until next week, until we get to see you again for all the hype matches, for more best of 5s, for more game 5s, hopefully, we'll see you later.